Okay, so I'll be honest. My anticipation of watching Wonder Man wasn't high. Blame? Well, perhaps it's because Wonder Man is not a character I'm totally familiar with. I mean, I've seen him in some comics and one animated movie, or perhaps my interest was weak based on the trajectory of the MCU. Not so much where the MCU has been. I mean, it's been pretty rocky. So maybe blame a few projects. My uncertainty about the show was based on the understanding of where the character of Wonder Man could go. What I mean is, we know Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to do a soft reboot of the MCU, which begs the question, what will happen to Wonder Man? It's a fair question. Bringing us a new character like Moon Knight, introducing the character, letting us love them, and then we don't see them again. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Nevertheless, I decided to give this show a chance, and I am very glad I did. Wonder Man is a breath of fresh air in the MCU, taking an opportunity much like Werewolf by Night, offering a different version of this universe. There's no big spectacle fight scene or space traveling. It's really a story about a man who loves his craft and the connection between him and a friend who helps him hone his skill set. And yes, the guy just happens to have superpowers. Yahya Abdul-Mateen plays Simon Williams, an actor who has quite a bit of talent but plays it up too hard, which gets in his own way. This isn't something unheard of, as some actors employ method acting to give their characters more depth, even keep a journal. This isn't just evident with his craft. His relationship comes to an end because he's too secretive, and he also has no friends. And as the season progresses, we learn to understand that there are strong reasons for that. His powers caused a tense amount of problems for his family since age 13. At a low point of his journey, he meets Trevor Slattery, and many MCU fans know him. Our first meeting with the actor was his role as the Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Another lesson. In 1864 in Sand Creek, Colorado, the U.S. military waited till the French...
We assumed he was the comic villain, and honestly, he played the part well because he's not the villain. Instead, he's the stage actor used by Aldrich Killian.
That's 20 minutes. They're made by Americans, based on a Japanese recipe. Hey! Bloody hell, bloody hell.
Funny thing about it, dude seemed more menacing than the actual villain of the movie.
I am the Mandarin!
Brought an interesting level of comedy to the movie, but that didn't stop him from going to prison. Of course, his impersonation of the Mandarin hadn't gone unnoticed because during the MCU short, All Hail the King, when the Ten Rings came to make Trevor answer for impersonating the real Mandarin. We would meet Trevor again during the events of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, as we'd find out the Mandarin, aka Wen Wu, was holding the actor captive for his own comedic enjoyment. Trevor makes friends with the creature Morris from the dimension of Tao Lao. After these events, we don't know where he ends up, but I'd probably stay in Tao Lao if I was him. Trevor and Simon have a great relationship in this series, much like an uncle guiding an inspired nephew. This is where the show is its strongest. Both love acting, both come from opposite ends of a career and life. I enjoy watching Simon talking about acting and witnessing how Trevor is almost proud to see someone younger appreciate acting and cinema. They pick each other up many times during the series' harsh moments, like in episode 2, Self-Tape, when Simon sticks up for Trevor against Joey Pants, or when Trevor is unwilling to turn over evidence against Simon. This is where Damage Control becomes an antagonist of the series. The final time we saw Damage Control, we saw during the events of She-Hulk. They appeared in the first Iron Man film, causing issues during Spider-Man Homecoming, Ms. Marvel, and Spider-Man No Way Home, handling dangerous materials, mostly alien in origin. Here in this series, they use Trevor's past and him springing from prison to strong-arm him into digging up dirt on Simon. You see, Damage Control is losing their funding due to no results on superpowered criminals. This is where douchebag Agent Cleary comes into play, help us nail Simon or go to jail. Already we see they begin to take on an act much like S.H.I.E.L.D. or SWORD, forcing their will on superpower beings and treating them like potential threats, even without knowing who they are. Which leads to episode 4, Doorman, which I loved, which many fans loved. It's about Damar Doorman Davis, a club doorman who ends up messing with chemicals from a Roxxon dumpster, giving him phasing abilities. He gets to live a star's life until he accidentally kills his friend, J-Gad. You guys actually might know J-Gad from Frozen, as he had voiced Olaf in that movie. And this leads to the doorman clause, which prevents superpower beings from being in TV productions or movies. This episode highlights that joke of the 15 minutes of fame and how celebrities are constantly spending money recklessly and how they can be easily discarded. The series also can get meta and tease certain aspects of filmmaking we see in Marvel movies today. I love episode 6, The Callback. As the two go to Kovac for callback and the director makes the decision to try and explore the humanity of superheroes. Something Marvel has had a hard time doing over the past couple projects. We often see cool suits, a few good fights, but we miss out on the things that make the heroes human. Or if it is there, it's quickly glossed over. The end of the series manages to deliver a proper gut punch while also giving some nostalgia to the audience with the return of the Mandarin. It's an awesome sacrifice from Trevor, and he's always been saved by the heroes, and this time makes a choice to save one of them, his friend. It was good to see Simon finally get the win he deserved with the success of the movie. The midpoint of episode 8, Yucca Valley, is confusing as Simon is preparing for a new role. He shadows a man and lives alongside him and his family. I like how the show doesn't explain anything until we see the California prison damage control is running. It maintains a level of secrecy and mystery instead of treating the audience like idiots, giving them all the details right away. We're not exactly sure how much time has passed, but we see Simon has full control over his powers, being able to fly. He has no fear of using his abilities, which explains that during a period of time, he learned to control them. The show hasn't described whether he's a mutant or not, but if Marvel is introducing X-Men soon during Doomsday, alongside the reveal that Miss Marvel is a mutant, the timeline for Simon's powers does work perfectly. Mutants really do show their powers around puberty when they're extremely aggravated or stressed out. That makes sense that he would start to show his powers at age 13. Another thing I did like here was the suit. It looks pretty good. It keeps that comic book tone. The series did pretty well, and I'm hoping Wonderman at least makes a cameo during the events of Doomsday now that we know a lot more about him. I really did like this series, guys. I think it was pretty awesome. And the emotional beats got me. It didn't need to be a big spectacle or a big fight scene. Sometimes just the little small moments between the characters. That's what has made superhero movies as great as they were back during the earlier era when Marvel was stepping out. It's not always big spectacle. It's not always cool suits. It's just moments when we get to see these characters interact with each other and witnessing them grow through these challenges and watching them become stronger, becoming more powerful as they get ready for their next few challenges. And I like that. I've always liked that about the movies, and it's something that Marvel has definitely missed out on. Yeah, they may start off giving some of that, but then sooner or later they'll sacrifice all that just to give us a big spectacle. And I'm hoping that Marvel is kind of learning from their mistakes, and this show is kind of a big clue to that. But all right, guys, I've been Unspoken Reviews. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Check out this series. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Down in the comments, let me know if you guys are excited, if you guys want to see Wonder Man in Doomsday, and I will catch you guys in the next one.